everybody. Here we go. There's that professional setup, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back to the Gold Manzana, episode 15.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Excited.
Welcome. As I said before last time when I streamed AK yesterday, uh, that we're having a Foundry setup instead of a Roll 20 setup. So, it might look a little bit different. But it's alright. With that being said, as we getting a good setting for some of the volume and also a few other things, would anybody care to give a yield recap?
Those guys.
I had my nose
I'm-
on.
Yo, D.
Oh God.
Hmm.
D.
I'm really bad at these.
What happened?
So last time we went
We'll help
to
you.
sleep in the submarine, which I don't remember the name of because I wasn't there when you. I don't think I've ever heard
The
the name of it.
Iron Raven.
The Iron Raven. I'm asleep there. Had breakfast. We were brought off to this almost cave-like arena to fight what we thought was going to be what seemed to have been a giant bug of some kind
Station.
for their amusement. Yes, a crustacean. And then the giant shark ate it and busted its head through. And most of last session was fighting against that monstrosity, and in the last second, our glorious captain saved our hides.
I think that's a pretty good recap.
I
That's
guess
pretty much
that's
what
a pretty
happened.
fair one. That's pretty much was a big fight. Feel free to
Mhm.
have gain an inspiration, D.
Woo!
You gotta
Yay.
know the hot shark man.
Don't talk
I
about
killed
Shark
him.
Yeah,
Man.
we're drooling over.
I shot him.
Shot through the. Anyways,
No.
Shot
See-
through the heart. You're to blame. Sorry, I don't want to get you copyright stricken.
let's
Oh.
let's try not to. However,
To rate it.
to say we're going to kind of continue off somewhat of where we were last time, which you guys did get your level ups, but I suggest try not to think about that level up just yet. Not to say not to
Right.
say what you got, but you guys haven't specifically rested yet. But even with that being said, I say that with reason, as you all. You know what? Let me get some different things going here. As you are all proceeding to kind of find yourselves a little bit, proceeding after the battles with the sharks, there is somewhat of a slight realization as you guys have all somewhat calmed down, uh, uh, gotten your bearings somewhat, maybe even uh, potentially some stuff off of these guys, which could very easily well be talked about or potentially gotten to if it wasn't for the fact that you hear what sounds to be like that of screaming on the outside of this big cave area that you guys were in before, as Captain, who was very furiously stomping on this giant red shark, hears it, looks at the rest of the group, kind of even gives a bit of a sigh at first because he wasn't done, but he's like, "All right, come on. There's probably more people out there than trouble." As he starts heading out.
Yes,
Oh
sir,
boy.
Captain.
Silas just
Oh.
falls on the ground.
I try to move as
Come on,
quickly
Silas.
with my swim speed.
I'm gonna take a quick survey to see who needs to be healed real quick. I'm gonna throw a couple of heals out.
D is going to instantly start following the captain, no questions asked.
Yeah, Silas is like freaking out. He's gonna cast cure wounds on himself. because
for
he
the automation
is.
and animation to make it really cool. If you would like to do that ability, and then when it comes up, basically we'll do this. We'll do this as we're getting into Foundry, showing them off some cool things here. But yeah, click that healing.
Yeah,
Click on that.
12
Click
points
on
of
that.
healing.
Click on that thing below that 12.
Apply healing. Yeah.
Okay.
He's still badly injured.
Yeah.
Still badly injured.
It's okay. It's okay.
With that being said, as you guys proceed to come on out, I'm assuming all of you are coming out
You,
even eventually, even if it's a little bit slower than others.
Yeah.
As
you
you
need another heal?
Let me see. Probably. I'm like it said, I'm still badly injured. Yeah, I'm at 22 HP. I could use another heal. But
I'll do one. I'll do a cure wounds on you if I can
appreciate that.
figure out how to do that. Just the first level, sorry, but
That's okay.
click
like
on
click it.
click on the top. Okay, the top left, you see the little player. Next to the player, below it should be a little kind of like target. Click on that. Click on specifically the person you're targeting, and then cast
Target.
your spell.
Cast my spell.
Give me a second here.
Okay.
And then click on the healing in the chat. Unfortunately, even with some of the scripts, it won't be. You'll see it activate on him,
There we
but
go.
you won't see it automatically apply. He has to click on that apply healing.
Cool. Sick. Now I'm just injured, guys.
That was a
This is
max
perfect.
heal.
Yeah. That was 2 max heals.
Fantastic.
Back to back.
I'll pat him on the back and pick Silas up. Come on, we're not quite done yet.
Alright.
I'm gonna
And
cast one on
Silas
myself
is
as well.
he's gonna put away his shield and sword and just take out his bow. He's
I think that's for the
sticking at
best.
the back of the pack after that. I thought I could help.
Or
Woo!
all these max healings. Jesus.
Dude, Foundry's goaded.
Do I have to put it? Do I have to put it in
Yeah.
myself? Is that what you said?
Oh, are you?
Just
Are
There's a button under the numbers.
Are you healing yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you just click on the below the numbers that
Nice.
apply healing.
barely injured.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
All right, so we're getting to some really cool stuff that I've been setting up for today. So as you guys proceed to start to to get out, you see what looks to be maybe Amani, Sve, and D, who have already gotten out of here, already starting to see what's going on, kind of puzzled or confused at first, as it appears as if there's oh, wrong one. As it appears as though there seems to be that of a weird kind of not super thick, but a weird kind of fog, and from that fog also appears to look like bubbles start appearing on the map.
Oh.
Hmm. Okay.
I don't like where this is headed.
And as you all
Imani
are
tries to
hearing,
poke one of them with her rapier.
uh, it as you before you get to poker, because I'm gonna explain this here.
Got it.
You as the people have already are out here already can the people out here already, like I said, you got a little bit of a head start, but everybody else pretty much also sees this at the same time as they're coming out of this thick like fog, what it sounds like, or even potential silhouettes of what you would guess to be that of the smaller version of the sharks that you've seen kind of going about, as you hear what sounds like potential screams in the distance of some probably uh Triton, probably people just in general. as much as that hurts to even potentially hear or potentially maybe what you might want to do, the problem. Let me see this. The problem that you face right now, that you're looking at, is as one of these bubbles come on down to a Triton that looks like he was walking, like running, start to run towards you. He gets hit with one of these bubbles, which, as he's walking towards you, he's like, "Oh!" As it looks like a shark coming from behind him, almost. Well, yeah, the shark is coming from behind him, and as I said before, it's one of the smaller sharks, which you would guess to be that of the smallest shark that you guys had faced before in the previous battle.
Mhm.
As it's heading
Big boy.
towards this person, the silhouette, but it's still a little bit in the distance. But with that being said, as he starts like going, "Help!" Uh, it just falls to the ground,
Hmm.
almost as if they've been put to sleep.
After the bubble popped on him, right?
A little bit after, yeah.
Yeah. We should stay away from those bubbles if we can, or perhaps pop them from a distance. But best not to pop them at all, I think.
Silas was already like pulling. He was halfway drawing his bow. To,
Yeah,
don't
I think
pop them.
Armani's swimming towards the guy who fell asleep.
Dee already has her weapon at the ready. She always
Hey.
does. She's always ready.
Maybe we should split up in teams of 2, start killing some of these sharks.
I think it's better we stay together, especially since we don't know what's out there yet. And, well, with these bubbles putting us to sleep, I think we need everyone around as possible who can wake us up out of it.
I'm not
Yeah.
too
Silas,
sure what's all going on, but for now, I think it's just best that we try to get anybody we can into safety. Get rid of these sharks potentially, see what we need to do from there. As more screams happening in the distance, we can't waste any time. Let's get this shit started. As you see Captain start to rush out into the thick
I'm
fog.
gonna... Wait, Captain, wait! 1 moment. Alright. Silas, it occurs
Yes.
to me that the prize the captain wanted could very well be unguarded at this moment.
It does occur to me as well.
We should not care about the prize. We should care about the citizens.
Okay, maybe we should split up.
Armani's
Just be
already
careful.
like going to help the guy who fell asleep. Like she's not hearing any of this. She's already gone.
So split into 3-man teams? I mean, can we control Scatha as well?
You
What's the
say
deal?
that as you see Scatha on the floor.
Oh, she got hit by a bubble.
Got bubbled, bruh.
Okay, well let's break into two teams then. Who's with who?
You can take D and Damani, and Silas and I will go take a look at what's there and
We will
deem
guard the
whether it's worth
prize.
taking or not.
I
Potentially.
think first, if we do see that Scatha's down, we try to help her out. See what, like, if we can wake her or something.
Oh yeah, try and wake her up.
How would you wake
For
her?
sure. Silas is gonna slap her real fast.
First thing would be Amani shaking her, and then Silas just
And
over top.
after he slaps, he's just like, I've tried everything I can think of. I guess she's just napping for a moment.
Silence. Give me some insight. An
Ah,
insight. check.
fantastic. I'm great at these. Unironically. On. Insight check. You got it, boss.
Silas, the first thing that you notice out of anything going on here, as you go and get your good licking in on Scatha, I mean, you're trying to wake her up. I mean, So with that, you see that she's what you would guess to be magically put to sleep at this point, and what you could guess these bubbles are. And then with the fog combined, you start to think to yourself, this is Fey magic.
Can I realize that before I slap?
No, because the point being was you were finding out that they're magically put to sleep.
Yeah. So, good, bad news. Bad news, for sure, bad news. She's asleep. She's gonna stay asleep for a little while. But this is also Faye.
Is that good or bad? Aren't you fighting a war, or your people?
Me? No. Great question.
Well, hold on, Silas. I don't believe sharks are. Correct me if I'm wrong, but sharks are not fey creatures.
Not inherently, no. But it seems like there's something else going on here.
Because we're in
my recommendation. What?
Because we're in a stressful situation right now, we're going to be putting this on the clock. You guys have 5 minutes to talk about what your next actions are going to be.
So if it's a Fae, they might be here for the map piece. Maybe you two should go check out the map piece. The rest of us will try to see if we can help the village.
Potentially.
Wonderful
My
idea.
recommendation is that we take the map and we go. As soon as possible. Let's go.
I agree.
I disagree.
Well,
The mission is above all else.
well, the mission.
No, my
as far as
life
the
is
captain's
above all else.
concerned, as far as the captain's concerned, the mission is to get that map piece. That's what he wanted. Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, the safety of these villagers is part of the mission.
Yeah, we're magic
Correct.
knights. We should
Well,
be protecting.
If I'm being honest, first of all, this isn't part of our kingdom, so we have really no requirement to help these people. And secondly, we came here for a dungeon, which this is not. So we have no requirement to be here longer than we decide to be.
Imani rolls her eyes and leaves.
There is a
Yeah, she's gone.
difference. We have to stay alive if we want to help more people. If we want to be foolish and throw our lives away, no one's going to be helped by that. So let's just grab the piece and get out. He's
the tail end of that.
no, he's not saying it to Imani. He's saying this as he's swimming up towards the piece.
Got it.
As you guys just continue talking about taking it, I feel like Dee would go after Imani. Kind of scamper after her.
Alright. Luxus, keep them safe. Silas and I will be able to handle ourselves.
So,
don't let them get too altruistic.
So you guys are choosing to go into this group of 3 and this group of 2. Which
Yes.
is Silas
That's
and
correct.
Arthur.
Two different.
Just keep in mind, guys, before we split off, just keep in mind, guys, that we do have an image to uphold. Even if it's not our kingdom, we still need to at least appear to be helping the people.
Well, the people here will not speak of any deeds we do, so there's no image to uphold.
Not that we know of.
Don't worry, our image will look fantastic with the report I give.
And don't forget Scatha, I believe.
Yeah,
You will
which,
be
out
in
of
the-
curiosity, which
Sorry.
group does have Scath? Unless you just leaving it.
No, I can't carry
Yeah,
Scatha.
I'm not built for
Yeah,
that.
Oh, no.
I do think currently Scatha's safety, Imani's just like, you guys will handle it. Like, I'll go, like, I need to go help this person that's just fallen asleep and is about to be attacked by a shark. Like, that is her only goal right now, and that's it.
Get a good idea, but just stay in sight while we get Scatha in one of these houses to kind of give her some sort of shelter.
Understood. And goes to try and flay this shark that's here.
So before we get into anything in specific here, as you guys have been put into your separate groups, I'm gonna say because of what Silas and Arthur are doing, they will not be a part of this. So this is going to be left up to Amani, Larxus, and D, as we are going to be. Let me know if you guys can see that at the top of your screen, maybe.
Yep.
You see that challenge track?
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a kind of a skill challenge, or I would say team skill. I would say team skill challenge, and it's not a team skill check. This is a team skill challenge, meaning I want the three of you, Amani, Larxus, and D, right-click your characters on the map. Click that little toggle combat state, which is the armor and swords.
There's no encounter in the currently
Sorry.
viewed
So wait.
scene.
Okay, there you go. Now you should be able to.
Oh, there we go.
You guys are not rolling. Instead, this is me asking you guys, in what order would you like to proceed in doing this? But before you get to telling me what order you will, I will explain to you the situation that has arisen to you. As this skill challenge, what it's going to be is on whatever it's your turn, I want you to give me basically a specific skill check, or maybe certain action, just anything in specific that you're trying to do to help this entire situation. You need to get together 7 successes to succeed this whole situation and scenario. But if you get 4 fails, you will have lost.
Okay.
What that entails, to be decided. With that being said, I would potentially do this a different way, but I'm just gonna say, because it's just 3 of you, what order would you guys like to be in?
Because of something with my character, I feel like D would be first. Just her general training and whatnot. She's alert at all times.
I don't care what
I'll
order.
go second. That's fine. I think story-wise, Imani would go first, but I think mechanics-wise, if you have something, then we'll let you go first.
Oh, this is also mechanics, somewhat
in
story.
Okay.
Yes, what D would do is do what she does best, and that is murder.
Yeah, one thing real quick I did want to mention, because I forgot to say this part, about the rules of the skill challenge. Once you use a skill, nobody else, or once you use a skill or a certain ability or thing, that's not going to work again. You cannot use it again. With that being said, the person can't use that again, but let's say we get to a new round, somebody else can now use that. So let's say that Larxus wanted to use intimidation. Well, intimidation gets locked for him and the round, but then the round after that, other people could do an intimidation. The same rules apply.
Okay.
But not the original person from round 1.
Not the original person. Nope, that gets locked.
Okay.
With that being
Right,
said, we'll now begin this, as you guys can clearly kind of see a little bit who's going first, which is the more blue kind of circle, and the person going next, which is the it's harder to see because of the fog, but I think it's like more of
I see it.
Yellow.
Yeah, the
lighter
tan
yellow, tan,
one.
yeah. So, even with everything that I said, the point being is for this skill challenge also is to kind of like, if you want to involve something, bring in something, like let's say some people are out in the distance and you want to save them, then you just made that up. That's fine. This is leaving up to interpretation on how you think that you could help save this entire situation going on.
All right. D would do what she does best, and that is murder. So she would any sharks she sees, she'd shoot to kill.
So you want to use your attack action, basically?
Yes.
All right. Give me.
Like spells.
Give me. Yeah, is it a specific type of spell you're using? Like, what are you doing here?
Just like some of my damaging cantrips, like Ray of Frost, Mind
I want you
Sliver,
to roll
Shocking
me one of
Grasp.
those attacks.
Alrighty. Attack. Normal. Ooh, 21.
That is a success, as you will see the already starting to line up with their shots, seeing as the shark coming in towards the person that Amani's also trying to save, as Amani is also ready. You see that frost going like almost shooting, blazing through the water as you see it hits the silhouette of the shark in the distance as it goes onto the ground, as the being prepared as she is for this entire situation continues to shoot more shots of the silhouettes of the specifically sharks in the distance, as she proceeds to keep going and going, trying to even somewhat evade the bubbles. Amani, what are you doing?
Before I make my check, can I do any type of like insight or like investigation to like see if there's any other information about the situation that I can glean?
That is also a check itself. If you want to try to
Okay.
get an insight on the whole situation, then that would be the check.
Okay. I have a question for D and Larxus. Kind of meta gaming a little bit. What skills are you guys proficient in?
One second. I need to look at this again.
I mean, like attributes?
Yeah,
Like
skills under attributes. Yeah.
History, medicine, persuasion, and religion.
acrobatics, deception, intimidation, investigation, stealth.
Okay, so I might. So if that's the case, then I have good perception. So I'm gonna just like get the lay of the land. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I have a +3 to perception.
And I'm gonna burn inspiration on this roll. Ah, it's a 21.
Too bad.
What again are you specifically checking for?
I'm getting the lay of the land, just seeing like who's in danger, like how many sharks are there, what's the bubble situation. Like I'm trying to just understand so I can relay that information to everybody else.
So that will be a success, as Obani, after seeing the shark being taken down and multiple sharks being taken down in the distance, Obani could kind of see other silhouettes that are also fighting, which you can guess to be the potential Triton attack team that you guys had saw from before as well. But your concern isn't too much to do with them. Your concern is what's going on with the fog, the bubbles, maybe on even how to help or how to solve whatever's going on. And the one thing that you really notice is the bubbles that proceed to come down. It almost looks like there is a certain enough pattern for you to avoid specific spots, as if there's almost like heavier spots where there are more bubbles, and then some spots where it's almost like there's less. And I can tell you, the spots that look like there are less bubbles does look like it's down here to pretty much to where Silas and Arthur went.
Yep.
Oh, so it's like a path of safety to the map.
Almost like there are certain
At least that's
paths of safety, I should say.
Okay. Okay. So it's more like paths, less like columns. Like it's not just a bunch of pillars of bubbles that are coming down. It's like there are safe air, like a labyrinth. There are like safe areas through the maze, if you will.
I won't say it like that. I'll say it like there are safe areas, but there are still bubbles.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense.
With that, Larxus, this is your turn.
So I guess Amani is like told us what she perceived.
Yeah, she
Yes.
said that she did
Yeah,
earlier too.
So I'm still trying to understand how this works. So, like, if I move, I'm kind of moving away from the group at this point. But if I move, does that like mean no? I can't move next round? You said we can only do like one thing around.
No. There's not like moving. This is just like a scenery, like what's happening, and I'm just asking you, like, what are you doing for this entire scene?
Oh, okay. Well, I've found a safe spot to put, safe enough spot to put Scatha.
Yeah, you
Maybe
got
inside
your.
of a building.
A shed.
I guess I'm going to approach the guy that was asleep, got knocked out, and try to find a safe spot to put him, just so he's not gobbled up by a shark. And then I want to discuss with my two teammates to say, hey, do we want to move towards one of these less bubbled areas? And which one do we want to move to? Since I don't see any other enemies, that's I guess what I'm doing this turn.
There are still
with my
enemies out there. There's still like silhouettes out there. It's just D's right now taking care as much as D can.
Okay. I think Imani will be basically dead set on. I don't care about the danger. Like, I can avoid the bubbles well enough. Like, with, I can swim. I'm dexterous. Like, I can avoid the bubbles well enough. I want to save as many people as we can. Bubbles or no bubbles.
But we shouldn't sit here, right? Which way do we want to travel?
I guess towards the most sharks, in my opinion. Towards the most, I guess the most populated areas, probably. But it all seems kind of a wash at this point. So my
So we
thoughts
want
are
to focus on the symptoms and maybe not the cause.
So currently all I see is some safe areas for bubble, like safe areas from the bubbles. I don't see the source of the bubbles. There's too much fog. My only thought is I have to go somewhere, have to kill some sharks. Or if you do like a really good insight roll or something like that, and we could really figure out what's happening and where it's coming from, then I think we can make a more solid decision.
That's a good idea.
And Imani says that the way that Imani would say that, which is different than how I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, I can try to do. Can I do an insight roll to see if maybe I can help the group decide
Insight was
which
already
way we
used
should be
this
heading?
round.
Oh, what it was?
No, that was
Then-
perception.
Oh no, you used perception. Oh, whatever. Okay, yeah, insight can be used.
I guess I'll use a inspiration. So does that mean I roll at advantage?
If you want to use your inspiration.
Ooh.
Quite lucky you did,
Yeah.
because that is a success. As what are you specifically looking for?
Let's try to figure out which way we should be moving to do the most help.
To
Not necessarily just kill sharks, but to like maybe figure out why this is happening, kind of insight check. Like maybe a good way to run to do that.
I'll say for why this is happening or how it's happening in specific, you are not able to tell. For going to specific places, though, you point out the heavily populated and very dense area of bubbles to be that of where most of the homes are, as well as the actual middle kind of like Coliseum-like area where the race was. And looking at kind of your options and places to go, you figure, at least for right now, I'll put you guys over here, is around this area would be to where more like where the homes are, a little bit somewhat near the actual race area. Uh, you see as it's pretty much kind of as Larks is kind of expected, going over to this higher dense area to where you can see looks to be as Anro and Barnes are currently fighting what looks to be a couple of sharks away from a group of Triton people. It looks to be some of different genders, ages, just in general more like civilians, as it looks like they're starting to be surrounded by 3, 4, 5 silhouettes.
Okay. Definitely gonna approach and to give assistance to the killing the sharks, while the other 2 heroes are involved.
Well, for now, you did your check, and so we'll come back to you. D, it becomes your turn.
I already murdered, so I can't murder more.
Can
That's
you
all I
attack
get.
every round?
It's for the challenge thing. We need to do something different each time. Hmm.
If you feel like a certain proficiency also would help you, there's also that option. And if you need
True.
to see what your proficiencies are with like tools, if you go to your character sheet at the top where all your skills are, you should see like a little switch button. That'll show you your tools.
Switch button, switch button, switch button.
If it's not
Where-
if it's not at the top or near the top ish, then it might mean you might not have skills. So, or you might not have tool proficiencies.
I think I have a few from my.
Check. Yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, you do. You got 2. As I said, open up your character sheet, go to where you can see your skills, which is the first tab, and then you see that little arrow, the little 2 arrow keys next to your skills.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to
Ah.
specifically help you, but I'm just
I'll
letting
play
you know.
cards with the sharks. I could. I'm going to try and use minor illusion to try and like make a sound that sounds like something big roaring, just like an apex predator of some kind, to try and scare off the sharks, I guess.
You're trying to use a cantrip, right?
Yes, minor illusion.
Give
That
me
should-
a 1d20 roll plus 2.
1d20 plus 2. Roll. Ah, God.
You see as these sharks just swoop in, going straight for this illusion, going back into the silhouettes, as the illusion was very much not effective, sadly, which does make your first fail on the tracker.
Oops, I accidentally closed the tracker for myself.
I think I got this.
Ah, there we go. Thank you. Oh no, I'm a failure.
Unfortunate. Amani, it is your turn.
All right. Ignore the baby screaming in the background. She is completely fine. I promise. She's just laying down, screaming her head off.
Okay.
Can't even
Anyways,
hear it.
I do not hear child.
she's not screaming just now. She was screaming like 2 seconds ago.
Okay.
All right. So I think Imani's going to use her attack now, her attack action to try and do some clearing because you used your attack last time. It's time for me to go a little ham. So I'm gonna swim into the fog and try and slash at some of these boys.
All right.
And if I slam some additional like battle master stuff on top of it, will you give me like extra points towards my roll or like advantage or anything like that?
You're talking about your fear one?
Yeah, like menacing attack or uh oh wait, I'm looking through my stuff. I don't have any of those left because of the last fight.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't even know
Oh,
if you have those. It's alright. Just
all right.
regular attack.
0 out of 4 for those. Great. All right, I'll just do an attack then. It's fine. Danta's blade.
Remember, you have to do the chat to actually click on it.
Yeah, to make the attack. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
That is a
26.
fantastic success, as you will see, as Amani kind of getting used to her less keen abilities. By less keen, I mean more so getting used to the more way that she can move her body into the water. You see, as she sees these silhouettes coming on to these two people all at once. All 5 of these silhouettes coming in onto Barnes Noble. But then, in a flash, you see as these silhouettes are gone. As you see Amani standing there, blood dripping a little bit from their sword. Technically not even dripping, it's going a little bit, like almost, it is actually, yeah, it is still dripping because there's still actual gravity in a way. As you've just...
I licked my sword.
Hey.
Like I'll just tell you straight up, you like what you taste at first. However, that is Amani's turn. Larxus, what are you doing?
Where do you see the skills again?
If you want to be, are you on your character sheet at the top, you should be clicking onto the first tab, and you should be able to see all your skills there. And then
okay.
next to the skills, there should be like an arrow
Thanks.
button that switches to your tools if you're trying to look at tools.
Cool. Thank you.
Reminder, you
Okay.
can also do most of that by just having your character clicked on and then going to the top left where all that additional stuff is. His ability should show up too.
Yeah, I see the abilities and skills, but okay, but it doesn't show. That's okay. It shows me everything I need. So, can I look and see if any of the villagers or the Tritons look to be hurt, and maybe use a medicine roll to maybe apply some herbs or something that I might have on me?
Yeah, I like that. Give me a medicine check.
Okay.
That is a success as you proceed, as you see Larxus heading over to a couple of people from the family that was being, sorry, not from the family, just a couple of the Tritons being defended. You see as it looks to be like a child or a couple of people as well that seems to have like different kind of like scratches or like kind of blood a little bit coming off of them a little bit, as it looks like some of them is hurt. And Larxus, even with you even with just looking at it, you're just kind of like, I can handle this, as you proceed to either between doing some magic or just having some herbs, you can put together some bandages and start to put together some of the so far survivors of this, as you have given them a bit of hope.
Nice.
Be it
I'm gonna, my bedside manner is good. As I'm doing it, let them know they're gonna be okay. We're here. Their heroes are here too. We're gonna work to keep them safe. Kind of talk.
correct.
A true EMS man.
You guys only need 2 more successes so far, or 3 more fails.
Totally not my fault, I swear.
That doesn't mean you don't know the.
Right, I think D as Larxus tends to the wounded. I think she will search the nearby houses, trying to either find more survivors or somewhere safe to just store them. Like somewhere to set up like a base camp or a safe zone, if you would.
So you have to relate that to like a skill or something.
Yeah, what are you
Yeah,
trying to do specifically?
I'd say would investigation work? Looking around, trying to find somewhere that
investigation
is safest. Right, I'm gonna burn my inspiration because of my last roll.
You
How
think
do
you
I?
gave the recap?
Yeah. How does one roll with
When
advantage in
you
this?
just click on the spell or the item or whatever you're trying to do, aka the skill, and then it'll
Oh,
show
yes.
up advantage, disadvantage. Oh my goodness!
What?
You
What just happened?
you D have made another fail on the chart, as you're trying to look around, find any areas that would seem safe, and as you find an area that seems safe, literally sharks come out from like almost the woodworks from this area. More silhouettes starting to surround everybody here.
I can't
Hey,
commit
stop looking
murder.
under
I've already
houses.
murdered.
You can't put people under the houses, D. Stop looking.
Amani, it becomes your turn.
Shoot. Okay. I'm trying to think of a clever way to use my acrobatics. I think it would be like
Get up on top of a
it would be
house to see
swimming,
further,
like,
maybe.
I was thinking more so, well, because I can swim, so that's not really a problem for me.
Mm.
I was thinking maybe I use my swim speed to try and pick up as many people as I possibly can to like take with me, but that feels more like an athletics type deal. I still have +3 to athletics, so I might just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can flavor it as acrobatics, I'd rather use that to be like dodging between things and like grabbing people from dangerous situations, and getting them out. But if not, I'd like to use my athletics to be picking up people that are asleep and getting them out of harm's way. Up to you.
My mic wasn't on. Yeah, I said go ahead. You'll use your acrobatics.
Hell yeah. Please, dice gods.
No!
Ah,
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have come to the session today.
That is another failure. You are 1 failure away, but
I don't have
also
any more
2
inspiration.
successes away from whatever may
My
or may
stress
not
has
happen.
made me disappear.
As it looks like, Amani, you're dodging, weaving, making your way through, but just as you do, you you feel what sounds, or sorry, you hear the sound of a pop. It hit your legs.
It's moving too quick.
And
Uh-oh.
it seems like Amani isn't specifically put to sleep, but it's your legs so far have been put to sleep.
Mm,
Because it wasn't too much contact that you made with it. With that being said, the situation starts to look a little bit dire as everybody's getting surrounded by sharks here. Larsis,
Okay.
how do you manage? What are you doing? What can you do for your group in your time of need?
So yeah, so I'm getting a little worked up because of all the injuries I was helping patch up. That I'm pretty upset. And so when I see the sharks, I'm definitely gonna attack them. So how?
Did it attack? Was it attack used this round? I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. This is kind of the third round.
Yeah, you just roll your
How do I
weapon.
want to attack? I guess I'm gonna use spell casting at him. Can I do that at multiple targets though? I mean, I'm not sure exactly the dynamic of the event here.
It's just the scenery that we're pulling out. So it's more of like it's kind of say what you're trying to do.
Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely casting spells and attacking the sharks.
Yeah. Give me the spell that you're in specific trying to use though,
Okay.
because that's what you're going to be using to
Roll.
To roll.
Guiding
If you're
bolt,
doing
I
an
guess.
attack one,
Actually, I guess Toll the Dead. And like Word of Radiance, stuff like that. No, Toll the Dead. So cantrip type spells.
yeah. Okay. This is a saving throw. Because it's a saving throw. We'll say.
If you need me to do an attack, I can change the spell.
No, it's all right. Give me a d20 plus 4.
Okay. I'm going to use my last advantage as well. So d20 plus 4, and then what? Click advantage, I guess? But that didn't work. Clear. It won't let me do the advantage. So should I just roll d20 twice?
Yeah, just do the 2d20 if the chat is being a little bit finicky.
Oh, well. If that hits, do I even need to roll the next one? I'll just mark off my.
Well, actually, technically, I should have said this also before, technically, but I just wanted to see if it would come up. If you get a nat 20, it will be 2 successes. If you get a nat 1, it would be 2 failures.
Okay, so here we go.
I've been waiting to see if it came up, and it hasn't so far.
Another double.
It's just 1
That's
success,
weird.
leaving
Plus
you
4,
guys
so-
at 1 success, 1 failure left. As
Let's see it, D.
No.
you see in the as Larxus is using Toll the Dead, as you see these creatures that were starting to come at you. It almost looks like they're wiggling out, like they're almost starting to move differently, as these sharks have proceeded to go onto the floor, as well as they have proceeded to die to what almost seems like unknown circumstance or unknown situation. Maybe Larxus knows, but maybe he doesn't want to say. Who knows? For whatever reason.
Definitely breathing harder.
For whatever reason, for whatever may be going on, it looks like there's still more people out into the distance. There's still more people needing to be saved. So, because you guys are at 1 success and 1 failure, we're going to do something different here. I want you, all 3 of you, to give me a specific skill check for this last one.
Same rules as before.
The same rules are still applying, yes. With that, so what I'm getting at here is this will instead be a group check, aka just because one of you fail or succeed doesn't mean it's a success or fail. 2 of you have to succeed or fail.
Oh.
So what are all of you doing to try to help this entire situation
God, my animal handling is horrid.
I'm gonna.
How do I deceive sharks?
I have to try my athletics. That's the only thing that makes sense. That's good for me.
I'm gonna dive into medicine and continue to help doing healing and patching up.
You did medicine
And you already
before,
did
though.
medicine before, so you
Oh, it can't be the same. Okay,
Yeah, I said the same
Sorry.
rules still apply.
sorry.
You're good. Yo, baby got hair.
Yes, you do. Lots of
I
it. We had
get-
to cut it a little bit. Too much.
I feel like D would try and cast web to catch as many of the sharks in it as possible, or these silhouettes of sharks.
Can you press the web button if you're gonna use it? I just want to see. So it's a dexterity 15. Give me a d20 roll plus 5.
Ah.
You gotta do it one at a time. You have to.
That's why I'm letting it be dramatic.
No. That would be 2d20. Ah, come on. No!
Oh, it's not bad.
I'm just rolling so badly. I hate it.
Is it 12 a pass or fail?
A 12 is a success. However, as I
Holy
said,
crap.
you guys,
Yay.
you still have to get one more between the rest of you, because I said it's a group skill check.
Yeah,
So-
here's my athletics. The pick up people, like I said I was gonna do.
Heyo.
Okay.
Ah,
All right.
Let's just see the Larxuses as well, as I just want to see if you all get it.
Okay, I guess I'll do. Can I do kind of like a survival check to? I'm not sure exactly how survival works. Can I do that to like see where the best place to be stashing these people to kind of hide them away to keep them out of the bubbles? Using my survival skill to see where keep them out of the bubbles, keep out of reach of sharks.
Yeah, you could use that.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so
Ooh.
good thing that you other two had succeeded, because
Mhm.
Larxus was not getting it. Unfortunately, as Larxus is trying to find his potential way or some safer areas, no place seems to be safe in this whole silhouette, this whole foggy area that's been going on. Everywhere it just seems to be in somewhat of a constant danger, but the silhouettes, it almost like starts to feel like there becomes less and less of those shark-like silhouettes in the distance as you guys have completed this skill challenge so far.
Yay!
From the last efforts of placing down webs, capturing certain sharks, as well as Amani's incredible athletic abilities in the water. As at first, like the legs being asleep, you were pretty much like you were just slapping them at first to try to get the wake up. As slowly they did kind of wake up, but more than anything, you had to kind of push through with kind of just saying screw it, as your legs somewhat going off a little bit in the like the waves of the water, as you're pretty much using mostly of your upper body between your hand and your like fake hand. What was the tentacle?
The eel, yeah.
The eel.
The eel, yeah.
And right now, you guys are saving plenty of civilians, and you guys are helping the entire situation. However, that is what's going on over there.
Oh yeah, time for scumbags.
the
Fellas, do
scumbags.
you think they'll survive without us? Are you sure this was the right choice?
If they don't, well, it's unlucky, but I'm sure they can.
Most likely. I
Yes.
don't know what D is, but she's rabid. they'll be fine.
So, because of the place that you have chosen to go to, Silas, Arthur, this is somewhat. We're going back just a little bit, aka to when you guys are getting here, which is where
Mhm.
the other group is still doing a couple of their actions and skills and whatnot. But as we see Silas and Arthur heading towards, not heading towards, actually getting to this the uh Aztec-like kind of building, which you also see the bubbles here appear to be somewhat a lot less than in most areas. However, the fog specifically here feels denser than the other areas.
Uh, I want to take a second and,
Oh, click that by accident. My bad.
if I remember correctly, maybe I don't have it yet. Expending a spell slot so I can. Yeah, Primeval Awareness. As an action, you can expend one Ranger spell slot um, to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, or up to 6 miles if you are in your favorite terrain. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number. Oh, never mind. That sucks.
It's pretty much
Yeah,
just divine sense, is what you're telling me.
yeah, up to 6 miles. But
That's a lot.
I
Could
already
we
know they're fae around.
could you still
So
post me the spell so I can see it again? I want to see all the types.
yeah. Primeval Awareness is what it's called. But I don't wanna spend a spell slot. I only have 1 second level left and 2 first levels, so
I can tell you, you sense that of a fae 100%.
okay.
However, you sense what doesn't and does feel like that of a fiend at the same time.
Oh god. Ah,
You alright?
no, the situation just got so much more complex. So there are fae here, which is fantastic. But
Yes.
there's some fiendish something or another around somewhere. Hmm.
Fiendish. Well, our fiends, perhaps we can. Well, truth be told, I don't quite know what's happening. I think one of the Tritons mentioned they were fighting at war with sharks, and I was like, okay, that's weird, but who am I to say what goes on beneath the ocean? But I
Exactly.
suppose maybe these are fiendish sharks, perhaps?
Maybe let's just get the map and reunite. I don't like
Well,
this
did
situation.
he, out of character, did he say one or did he say multiple?
I
Did he
don't get to
differentiate?
know if there's
He just senses
I
it.
don't get to know the number
Hmm.
or location, which kind
Mm.
of is
Kind
cheeks.
of blows right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, um. So
Alright.
let's.
Lead the way.
I'm going to actually uh re-equip my shield and pull out my sword again
Yeah.
because I'm with Arthur. So
Actually, yeah, and I'm gonna cast a mage armor myself just to be safe.
As you guys are casting
Oh.
these spells on yourself and trying to make sure you guys are ready as you prepare to enter into this place, into this Aztec-like area that had the map piece, you guys see what looks to be like just a little bit of light coming from it. What looks to be like that of I don't know if the colors if I'm gonna change the color, but for now it's a green kind of light.
right, Arthur, I need you to understand something before we go in here.
I
If
understand
you
most things.
if you see anybody that looks like me, they go down.
If I see any fae, they go down. I didn't think Fae were
Yeah.
necessarily. Well, I thought that might be a good thing because you're a Fae.
They go down, Arthur.
All right, and they go down.
All right, and then Silas is gonna take a deep breath and step through the door.
As you
And yeah,
guys,
I'll follow.
as you guys enter in, there's a couple of things that happen here that you kind of see going on. The very first thing to notice, what the light was, what was emitting, appears to be that of an almost like, if I could explain it, it's like an aura that you can almost visibly see, and inside this kind of aura that you can visibly see, it almost looks like there appears to be two people on the inside of that, on the inside of this place, and inside that it looks like there's no water inside that kind of green, somewhat bubble kind of looking thing. How or bubble kind of looking, kind of like, maybe I should say it, it almost like itself looks like a very durable glowing bubble kind of inside here. But looking at it, looking at the people inside, there are two things here. uh One, I'm going to start to play this music
Oh.
Oh no.
as there there it's almost like you start to almost feel like something might even come up, like it's almost like a certain type of scarce specifically to you, Arthur, as you proceed, as both of you see this, but I'm saying, for a reason here in a second, you'll see what looks to be that of a man dressed well in what looks to be black, like, clothing, almost similar to that of like a it's the clothing he's wearing right now. I'm trying to give a good explanation.
Mhm.
Like a
Like a
black,
trench coat.
yeah, like a black and black on the outside, red on the inside trench coat with that of somewhat of a buttoned up red vest on the inside. Face very much looks to be like not like sorry, being covered because of the mask that he's wearing, as well as with the top hat. And from just looking at this person, I want you in specific, uh you in specific, uh uh Arthur, to give me uh this check, as you can feel, just looking at him, just see him, the amount of presence that he gives off. You need to give me a wisdom save DC
Alright.
19 or become frightened.
Okay. Wisdom.
I don't
Not
have
my
to
forte.
do this.
There's a reason I'm getting to you.
It okay. It was on a 19, and then it went to 1. Fuck.
That's very
Okay.
unfortunate. You're gonna have to give me a con saving throw as well.
Okay. Um.
You have failed. You are now frightened.
Wait. I'm going to. I don't know if this will actually fix it, but I can, as a reaction, give a, let's see, +4 to a saving throw. So I'm gonna make that a 17.
DC is still 19.
Fuck.
It's a 19 on the wisdom save, and then it's a 19 if you fail that wisdom save on the con save. Because you failed the
Alright.
wisdom save, you are now frightened. But because you also failed the con save, you are now paralyzed by that fear, as you can feel just the pure amount of relentless, almost feel of bloodthirst washing right over you seeing this person. However, Silas, other
Yeah.
person, the other person that is there, the reason why you don't make the check on the killing presence is because you couldn't care less right now. because you see what looks to be that of an almost very, almost like very dapper kind of looking satyr. That of horns coming out from both the sides of the head is normal, a little bit longer, longer pointier ears. That with long flowing brown hair going all the way down, even with his kind of beard. Uh, but it's a face that I don't think that you could ever forget, as you're looking at, as specifically Silas. You're looking at the reason you can't go back to the Feylands. It's the snitch. And I'll let you fill in how that all ties in later. Or not later, sorry. I'll let you fill in the details on that in specific, but I think you see what I'm telling you here.
Yeah. How far away is he?
He is inside of that bubble that I was telling you, that green bubble, and at the moment he would be 30 feet, but it looks like the bubble is 15 feet total from, in specific, the other person you saw.
And how far away is the map piece?
The map piece is currently in the hands of the dapper looking villain.
Face step in. I'm taking that map piece.
Are you sure?
Wit of Jack or of
It's
the Fae?
it's on Jack, not the Fae. As he see, you know what? I'll say this. I want to do this first. As you see all this person here, aka Jack, as you kind of see the name but you don't have it yet. He proceeds to see you too, as you can't tell specifically, but it's almost like you can almost feel like he's having somewhat of a smile as he proceeds to say, you know, for a safeguarded place deep down under, it was quite easier to get into than I thought. And out of all the nights to make it down here, though, I am surprised to see the Plum Ravens. No matter. You are all but stepping stones to our organization. So remember the name when we come back for what's rightfully ours. The Dragon's Embrace. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna still do it.
okay. It's in his hands right now, so if you want to face step in, you're going to have to make a hell of a check.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and face step in a position where I can snatch it out of his hands, and then this may be too much. Misty step out.
I mean, you can certainly attempt, but we gotta get the first part. So you use your thing,
Yeah.
you misty step in or whatever it is, face step in, misty step, whatever.
What you need from me?
Because of what you're just specifically doing, I want you to give me a sleight of hand. As you're just trying to take something that's already in his hands, as he's proceeding to almost what looks to be like walking away towards an almost weird colored circular, which you could almost guess to be just a straight up portal behind him.
I didn't mean to roll already. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Do you get advantage on this?
I was going to use my inspiration for
Okay,
this
that's
roll.
fine. See something real quick.
I'm sorry, I thought I could have just clicked advantage and then it would not roll until I hit like okay or something. Wasn't thinking.
You're fine. I'll just make an attested sleight of hand.
Also, I'm gonna need him to make a wisdom saving throw
Is
as I jump in.
is it for?
Yeah, to see if he's charmed by me.
Oh boy.
Oh!
I thought that was the sleight of hand check.
Oh.
Oh, he is charmed by me though.
He is charmed by you,
Hopelessly in love.
but not in the specific way that you might. Oh, actually, that does work so much better. Okay, you come in, you try to swipe at this map. He is going to still make a attested sleight of hand.
Yeah.
I'm like him do a normal one.
Nice.
You do get it out of his hands, but just before you're about to potentially get out, there's one thing that he is going to try to do here.
Don't forget, he considers me a good friend.
Oh no. There's you'll understand soon.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
I guess he's
I'm gonna
immune.
put this out here, but I'm still gonna keep what happened for a reason, and you'll see why. He has a relentless anger, which does give him advantage on saving throws, being charmed. But there's something else here that I'm trying to figure out. I think honestly, let me see again. The effect that this had. Oh boy, he is just going to straight up, he is going to straight up try to grab you.
He can grab me. He can grab me. I don't care. He can touch me all he wants. He can try and restrain me.
This isn't the type of grab you think.
Pause.
As he is, hold up a second. As he is going to proceed to all at once take off his glove, which what looks to be like that of an almost, I don't want to say specifically red hand, but like it's almost like a black kind of a black like a full color like shadow black kind of like hand with kind of somewhat claws somewhat at the end tips that have that kind of red coloring on there.
Can I Misty Step out, perchance, before he has a chance to touch me?
That's why we're doing it now, because if he doesn't
Dang
do
it.
it now,
I'm gone, dude.
you know what? I'm just gonna make this a straight up dexterity check. You can give me a dexterity saving throw. Actually, this is everyone is like both you and Jack will be making a dexterity saving throw.
Where I see all my other effects. Where do I find saving
If you're talking
throws?
about the top, on like the
Yeah.
small bar, just click on where dexterity is, and it'll bring it up.
Ah, thank you.
So now, let's see if I can have a decent roll.
No.
No!
You see,
Yeah.
Arthur, as Silas proceeding to come in, get the map very quickly. He's about to Misty Step out until.
Can I defensive duelist to block, dodge, anything? Use my reaction?
You can barely miss it.
unfortunately, not completely.
Take it.
Because
It's okay.
as
It's
I was
okay. It's
saying,
okay.
this was the check that this was the check to if you got out, you got out. He has grabbed you by the back of your throat, and sorry, on the backside, so you're on your nape, and as he's grabbed you there, you
He
you
still considers
feel
me a friend.
you feel completely different for a second, as it's almost like the entirety of your body starts to freeze. It's almost as if he just straight up paralyzes you. But there's one thing that you can still potentially do. You don't feel like you can specifically get your entire self out. You don't feel like you can get yourself out with that misty step, as you feel like uh with the paralyzation that he's causing to you, um it's pretty much, it's already taken over most of your body, but there is a small bit that you can still do. You could still potentially misty step the maps part specifically out.
I can't get myself out. It's not like a either get out the map or get yourself out, right? This is either get the map
Oh,
out
sorry,
or
I should have said that. I should have said it's kind of like a choose yourself or the map. If you want it to be, of course.
Oh, you mean or don't do it at all?
Or don't do it at all. You're in a very peculiar situation.
Can
oh,
Arthur do anything at this point while he's seeing this exchange?
he's
I
gonna.
think I'm still paralyzed.
Yeah.
You probably would be still paralyzed, but even okay, I won't say anything yet.
He's gonna misty step out that the map piece. He's got trust in the Plum Ravens. This is what we've been building up for what 18 episodes now. This
Arthur,
trust in them.
as you see Silas going in, as this all of his just bravery going into that frightful situation, going past that bloodshed, trying to get the map piece, which he did. But as he was proceeding to very quickly, within seconds, hop right back out, he has gotten caught the back of his neck, as it looks like he starts to not be able to move. But as he starts to not be able to move, he pretty much, with his hand out, teleports the map piece in specific out to basically where it starts to float right in front of you, Arthur. And
Mhm.
as whether or not you choose to pick it up or try to get it, even though you're petrified right now, or sorry, not petrified, paralyzed, you see as Silas, who cannot move anymore, being dragged away to what looks to be like that portal that was behind them, the one that the other
Okay,
person was next to.
Mhm.
And who knows what may or may not happen, as it looks like there's anger rising from this this hooded, sorry, not hooded, from the I'll just say Jack. I'll just say it like that.
Okay.
From Jack. And as you're seeing this, it looks like Silas, like I said, not being able to move, not being able to do anything, kind of just has to accept what may or may not happen now, as he's like, or sorry, as Jack proceeds to look back one more time and goes, "Fine, keep the map piece for now, but we will be back for it later. As for your friend, let's just say there's gonna be some changes." As he proceeds to go into the portal, followed by the person who is dragging, aka Silas, also followed by the other person that was there. Uh, but as because they're all proceeding to leave out the portal all at once, uh, Jack does take one stop for a second as he proceeds to not like fully turn around, but like that slight side villain turn as he's like, oh, and one more thing for the Plum Ravens, or more so, I should say specifically, you should tell Amani to quit while she's ahead. As he proceeds to walk out.
I can't do anything. I can't move at all. I can't try to cast some kind of spell to stop him.
You can cast. I'll let you say you can try to cast a spell before. As just a little, as you could get out, just like a little bit of something. What are you trying to cast?
I'm gonna cast Misty Step and go in with them.
No! Oh, no!
Are you sure?
I can't let my homie go out by himself. I gotta go with him.
I'll lose 2 characters in one session.
Don't do that.
I've committed. I put it in.
Missy Step. All right. You, Arthur, even past your fear. Actually, did you pick up the map? Are you leaving it be? What's happening?
I'm leaving the map there.
As you leave the map there on the floor, you proceed, Arthur, to Misty Step in as you don't want to leave Silas alone. You're like, no, not Silas, as you've gotten yourself inside. However, Jack doesn't pay it any mind as he like does a thing with the he puts his 2 fingers up as he proceeds to basically kind of like go with like a flicking formation as you feel yourself, Arthur, being expelled or expunged from the inside of this bubble, going probably to what I would say up to one of the walls of this place as they do proceed to leave.
And I assume the portal closes behind them, right?
I can't face step one last time out just to like.
Unfortunately not. And also, unfortunately, though, they are walking out and the portal does close very quickly afterwards. Afterwards, as well as the bubble that was there. And with that, I will also say, in the entire area and this entire place, the fog and bubbles start to clear. And as it all starts to clear for the rest of you, you guys start to see where the actual sharks are, where they're coming from, etc., all that type of good stuff, and start to deal with it, just like your job is as the Plum Ravens.
Murder.
What all this may
I would call it more like fishing.
Who knows what it might entail?
Fishing with prejudice.
But,
Fishing without prejudice. No,
I think that's a
with
good
extreme
time for a little bit of a break. So we're going to take a 30-minute break here.
Oh, I'm gonna go walk around. I am about to fall asleep. I have
About to.
Yeah.
I just had a really
Wait.
busy day at work,
Yeah.
and
deafening. And changing it. We are now officially back. That's been our break. Thank you so much, everybody, for waiting. I'm going to edit this music here. What do I want to play for this one?
Silas is
I want
gone, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt.
Yeah. Real.
So as we're gonna continue here, as the fog and the fog starts basically going away, and the bubbles are finally gone. There seems like there's that of somewhat blissful peace in the air as
Blissful.
it's finally over.
The sharks are swimming off, you said?
I didn't say that. As because the thing is from this blissful moment, as you're all kind of like, maybe I could take a breather. It looks like, just looking off into the distance, you see what looks to be 10 sharks left that are all proceeding to swim their way towards your group. And they're they're really getting into in like coming in very fast, like within almost seconds, you would say. And within that almost seconds, you also see sorry, not see. You also need to understand that this is after you've already fought in all of this. You're already tired, exhausted, hurt, all of you, just in your own, in any shape, way, or form. So this is a very, very difficult situation, but you're like, you could still probably manage to pull through. But even as you think that, even as you prepare for all the sharks, I'm gonna see what happens. If this is the music I want. You know what? Let's go with this one. You see what almost appears to be like, almost like a blur, as you see this kind of unknown blur kind of going past all of these sharks. Just you see it from the one shark, the second shark, third shark, it's already at the fifth shark, like it's zooming. And after you see this kind of blur go past all the sharks, you see, as all the sharks that were there, all of their necks open almost like the same time. And it's almost as if they've been slit by like some sort of dagger of sorts, as they all kind of just start bleeding out and basically proceed to go onto the floor as they all die at once. I'm gonna need you guys to give me a perception roll to find what that blur was.
Where's the captain?
Hey, Amani.
Sharingan.
Yeah, for real.
I see nothing.
Amani is the only one to spot, not too far in the distance, but there's someone there. Another Triton, perhaps?
Green boy.
Uh,
I think I
With
start
that-
to try and swim after him, but then remember, like, there's a village to save.
the village is pretty much saved at this point. That was the last set of sharks, is what I was saying from earlier.
Okay.
But as you see this person, would this person care to explain their character?
Yeah. So what you see,
That was quick.
you know, I stay with it, you know. What you see is about a 6 foot tall, very lean Triton, not in the normal garb. This is just a placeholder, honestly.
For now.
But in this black leather duster that reaches down to his all the way down to right about his ankles, with this wide-brimmed, flat-topped hat that comes out around him, looking very, you know, wild, wild west going on. Yeah, he's kind of got this buttoned up look to him. Not fancy, but definitely of yesteryear. Notably, at first glance, no weaponry on him. And about how far is Amani from this person?
How far are you? I would
It's a
say
60-foot swim speed, so
I would say probably like the sharks were like very close, so you'd probably be at 30 feet away from the group.
Yeah. I turn, just seeing the lot of them look at me and go, give them a good look up and down, say, howdy.
With that, at the same time, as you guys are, or as he basically speaks, you see. Actually, no, I won't say that. What is your guys' passive perceptions?
9.
How do I see that?
It should be on your character sheets. There was somewhere to see.
On skills, it says perception +3, and then to the right of that, there's a small 13. I don't know what that means.
I do know passive perception is just your perception plus 10. Well, your perception mod plus 10.
Oh, it is.
10
It's a
plus
small
your
number.
13.
It's the small number. Yeah, so it's 13.
Okay.
14.
9.
The 14, 13, you both get it. Hello, Slappy in the audience. Welcome. This has been a very interesting session so far.
Hi, Slappy.
Yeah, is our hellos. Hello.
Hello.
It's been sorry. Yeah, okay. So the checks for the 14 and the 13, they do pass. So Larxus and Amani, you both immediately notice as this person has basically entered into the scene, that all the Triton people specifically, almost seemed frightened. Almost are like more scared than the situation was before, as you almost could hear probably a couple of whispers of going like, "Oh no, he's here, no."
Well, it's mighty fine for some landlubbers like yourself to be helping out us sea folk, but you know, don't pay them no mind. They're all just yellow. Name's Eborn. Nice to meet y'all.
I'll walk
Eborn?
up and shake your hand. I'm
Eborn.
Larxus. Good to meet you. Thanks for the assistance. We're getting kind of tired for all the fighting.
Well, always willing to lend a hand.
Yes, where are my manners? Hello, Imani. Imani Obsidia, from the land, if you will.
Well, it is my pleasure to meet the lot of you. Seems like we had some sort of incident happen on here. I've been warning them about this mountain shark presence, but you know, they tend not to take me seriously. Eborn's
Take
the
you
name,
seriously.
hunting's the game.
It seems like they fear you.
Like I said, they're all yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah, yellow cowards. They
Ah.
superstitious. You know, they think I'm some sort of bad luck charm. Something or another. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's just
So you
because
weren't
I spend my time around the bad stuff, and so when I come around, normally it's because bad stuff is around.
Did you have anything to do with the sharks or the fog or?
Oh no, that completely out of my control now. I'll have you know, I've been working hard this entire day to take care of these sharks and make sure no more find this fine place.
Well, you did a good number on the sharks that came through. So I guess thank you. We have to go find our friends.
If
Plum Ravens.
your friend of the short stature is to be believed, I think you'd need a hand with that. Let me come along with you.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah.
More the
That
merrier.
wasn't a question.
Our-
He's coming along.
Yeah.
During this
Well-
entire interaction, D is not giving him any mind.
Okay.
Arctis is
Oh,
still gonna
nice to
treat it
meet
like
you, little lady. And he just keeps on going.
Arctis
She
is gonna
just gives
treat
him
it.
a nod and says, "Civilian."
Larxus is what? Sorry.
Larxis is gonna act like it was a question though, and say, "Sure, the more the merrier. We'd appreciate your help."
Of course. Always willing to help out. Now let's stop loafing around and let's hoof it.
We do need to find Arthur and Silas. Are y'all ready? Let's say to Imani and D.
Yes. No.
Nobles.
Before we leave, though, I am going to ask Barnes and Noble, are y'all okay if we go ahead? We need to check another part of the.
We're completely fine. Thank you for your much needed assistance.
Of course.
Eborn puts his hands up. That never give me any love. Let's go.
So as they walk by, I'm going to kind of go over to Barnes and Noble and say, "Do you know who this guy is?"
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. If you guys press F or Shift F, you'll be able to flip your tokens now.
Oh.
Hey, that's pretty neat.
Regular F is just side to side.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can turn around.
What were you saying though again?
As they walk by, I'm going to kind of lag behind a little bit and ask Barnes and Noble if he knows. What's your new name?
Eborn. I
Thank
already
you.
changed it in the server.
Oh,
I
cool.
see.
Nice.
Ask you if you know anything about Eborn. He was seemed like a big help.
He sees that your group's basically getting ready to leave already, so he kind of like goes real deep in, like not like to like a specific whisper, but like enough to where only you two would hear it. And he's like, he's a walking disaster, and if you can take him off of our hands, I beg of you to do so. As he
I'm gonna
kind of just
kinda-
leans back and is just like,
Okay, I'm gonna throw him a slight wink and a smile, and go ahead and catch back up with the group.
Arthur would have probably been headed towards them. Can we say we meet in the middle?
Actually, I was gonna get back to you, Arthur. Arthur,
Oh,
as
okay.
as they're proceeding.
Yeah.
Actually, no. This scene would just make more sense and be a little bit better here. As everybody starts to kind of walk into this place, which kind of looks like some rubble, almost like looks like it came down, more of like a few stones here and there. But looking in, you see what looks to be like Arthur standing or squatting, whatever he's doing, in the middle of of the big kind of room in general. But the weird thing is that he's holding a coin.
Do we see the map still floating there or anything?
No, or no, so sorry. I would have assumed Arthur pocketed it, so I assume you wouldn't see the map.
Yeah. Arthur has the map.
Okay, that's good.
You're holding your coin.
So where's Silas?
Um,
Kind of looking around.
as you guys approach, he's just kind of looking at this coin, and he looks up at you. As you approach, he says, "Oh, look. The heroes are back. How many did you save, heroes? Hundreds? Maybe even thousands. Was it worth it?"
Most certainly.
I wasn't asking you, rodent.
She
Rodent. You forget yourself, Arthur.
I know
is
exactly
going
who I
to
am.
put her hand on her gun and squint at Arthur.
Well,
I
Amani, how many did you save?
mean, I lost count.
I didn't. Silas is gone.
He's
Taken.
dead? Oh, taken.
May as well be dead. Through
Maybe.
a portal God knows where. By God knows who. Perhaps you do, Amani. He mentioned you. Told you to quit while you were ahead. Whatever that meant. Are you some kind of spy, perhaps? Supposed to
I'm gonna look at
infiltrate the
Imani.
Plum Ravens?
No.
Did you
And-
purposefully go off by yourself, leaving Silas and I alone to take him on, knowing what would happen? Was
I
that part
went
of the
to
plan?
save somebody.
Oh, you
How did-
saved somebody.
What plan?
And what will they do with their lives? What will they do? Nothing. They're bottom feeders. Silas is dead for bottom feeders. You made a mistake. You should have come with
You
us,
blame
but you
me.
wanted to play
You
the
blame
hero.
us.
When
You
he
blame
Let's cool
joined-
our
us
jets. Let's cool our jets. Hang
for
on, let's figure this
Silas
out.
When you joined this
disappearing.
cause, you knew you were going to die in battle one day.
No. I don't
Yes.
plan to die in battle. Now it's Silas. Is it possible? Yes. But not, it shouldn't be because of some fools making a poor decision, going to save some worthless individuals. When the
Keep-
map is right here.
Keep talking about people as worthless, and you will see the end of my blade, Arthur.
Part of the job of the Magic Knights is to defend the people.
These aren't our people. We have no responsibility towards them. Not any.
Arthur.
I see it differently.
Imani takes a breath, hands up, and says, Arthur, I am not your enemy. We are not your enemy. We made different decisions. And whose fault it is whoever took Silas, and no one else's. You were concerned about a map, a piece of paper with magical qualities. We were concerned about lives. Both
Piece of
important.
paper? It leads to the golden Manzana, Amani. All this attacking was for the map piece, Amani. It's far more important than any lives that you saved.
What do you mean? What happened here? How do you know it's about the map piece?
Because there were two people here trying to take the map piece. And Silas gave his life to make sure we kept it.
But you said he was taken. He might not be dead yet.
He's as good as dead. I don't know what they plan to do with him, but they will have him for a very, very long time.
Well, we won't
So we
stop
could-
until we find him. And if
And what
Oh.
did you
something
do
happened,
to stop them?
Didn't do anything. I tried to go with them, but whoever took him was powerful, more powerful than I. But
so if we
you
were
had
here, they
been
might
here,
have killed all of us.
No. If you had been here, we could have done something. And do you think when I go to the captain and say, we have to go rescue Silas, he'll say yes? He doesn't give a shit. He won't try to do anything. He'll say, oh, that's too bad. I'll pick up the next street urchin I find. Bolster our numbers that way.
Arthur, you know we're gonna find Silas.
You really
We will
think
do
What?
everything.
We are not going to find him. We don't know where he is. We don't know who took him. We don't know where to start looking.
Arthur, but we have the map pieces that they obviously want.
We need 7, and we have 2 of the map pieces.
There you go.
If he's
They're
gonna
dead,
have
to
he's
come
dead.
find
We will
us.
move on.
When they come to find us, we'll get them and we'll make them tell us where Silas
V,
is.
I order you to not speak again.
No.
I'm going to go find the captain. I'm going to try to convince him to go after Silas. When he says no, well, I'm not sure what I'll do.
Why don't we
We
take a minute and
go find him ourselves.
we'll go all together to find him with calmer heads so that we can convince the captain if he needs convincing, because we are doing this. At least I am. I guess I can't speak for everybody else, but I know I am. And it sounds like you will, Arthur.
You don't know a man, Amani, in a black trench coat wearing some odd white mask? Powerful magic user?
No,
Some kind of affiliation to the Fae, it seems. That means nothing to you?
nothing. Not a word.
How did he know your name? That's weird.
Don't know. I am supposed to be dead. The only person who knows that I'm not is the man who saved me.
What did that
And
man look
who's...
like?
Yes.
Some priest. Old white man, balding, healer, just a healer for a village.
We need to find him and find out who else he's told.
So be it.
Sounds like a good starting point.
First, we need to find that fucking captain.
Yeah. Search. We search.
Whole
I'm
time,
gonna-
Eborn's been kind of like leaning up against the wall, just watching, listening, eyeing down D hard, and Arthur. But definitely, after D put her hand on a gun and escalated this from confrontation to almost physical, hit hard on her.
But yeah, I guess we're gonna go look for the captain.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Arthur's
moving
fists
forward.
are balled up, and he's more or less jogging around trying to find him.
yeah.
Before I
So,
leave the building,
Wow.
I'm gonna do a quick search to see if there's anything else that might help us investigate.
So, okay. First thing I'm gonna say here is, I love it so much. Everyone get a player inspiration.
Woo. Get my inspiration back.
And actually, I also had to add it to your actor now. Hold on, give me a second.
Ears are burning.
Yeah.
Here you go. Sorry. Here you go. Got you.
I haven't had like this kind of confrontation in D&D before, so this is like.
Oh, okay.
It's really hard. I want to interact more, but I need to keep in character with D.
The struggle.
Yeah,
So,
it's the tough part of picking a non-interactive character. Or like.
Yeah.
so this is
She had a lot of character development in that conversation.
Yeah.
You
You disobeyed a direct order from a superior. Whew.
Yeah, it was. That's why I said I love it. I love it. I love it. But I was gonna say, for the few because there was a few things happening here now. I will say, as you look around potential the room, Larxus, nothing else really changes. Nothing else seems out of place except for what looks to be the shape of a small circle from the ceiling, which you can guess to be related to the same shape and size of what Arthur was holding.
Interesting.
A small hole, like a hole in the ceiling with a coin, like a coin,
Well,
size of a coin.
is it a hole or like an indention?
Sorry, yeah, like an indent of a hole.
Just like the coin popped out. Okay, I'm gonna run after Arthur and try and catch up with him and be looking as well. And I'm gonna tell him, hey, never question if I'm with you or not in regards to always be there to help. We split up because I thought it was the right thing to do, and I'm crushed that he is gone. But you and me together will find him.
Arthur doesn't answer. He just keeps going.
Imani swims in just whatever the opposite direction that Arthur and Larxus went.
Oh no, who to follow? Actually, D would be following behind Larxus and Arthur, hand still on her weapon.
You're heading with.
Eborn would.
You're heading with Larxus,
If her
you
hand's
said?
still on the weapon, Eborn's following after her. Actually, no, nah, not his ponies. He follows Amani. She's had the most contact with Eborn so far. So
Is this correct then? The groups.
Yes.
So
not with her, but tailing. Like
Hailing her, yeah.
just are you trying to be stealthily about it, or you're just kind of like I'm just following?
I'm just following. I don't really know who else to go with. I'm at a party. I don't know anybody else. This is my person that I know, and so I'm kind of just
Amani,
tagging
I
along.
would like to know
Nice.
firstly where you're going.
Where I'm who's you?
I said where Amani, where are you going? Are you trying to do anything in specific, or are you just like trailing off bad?
I'm looking for the captain as well. We may we may be angry, but we're still like I'm still a Plum Raven, so we have to find the captain. And we have to figure
Okay,
out
so
where
you just
Silas.
split off into different groups. Got it.
Yeah.
So I want you. This is gonna be a little bit weird because it's gonna be basically it's gonna be a group check, and it's gonna be basically a group check from each of you, each of your groups. So Amani and Eborn, give me an investigation roll.
Yeah, I could do that.
Ooh.
Nice.
So rolled a 19.
I need to change my dice now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, put it in dice jail, bro. Anyways, all right. I also now would like to see the other group. Give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
Hey, something
I'm
I'm
gonna
good at.
roll with advantage using my
Oh, okay.
inspiration.
Okay.
Trying to beat me.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh!
double 19.
19.
All right.
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
Oh, because I'm a minus. It's not a nat
No!
one.
You motherfuckers! You were spies sent to destroy me.
I need to send these to dice jail. I'm switching up these
Okay.
colors.
So there's
I need to beat Arthur. That's all that matters.
there's a few circumstances that I guess are gonna happen here. First and foremost, let me go here. Uh, sorry, second. Still getting
I guess my
used
low
to
roll can be attributed to me worried about Arthur, how upset he is.
Used
Wanted to make
to. Oh, sorry.
Just wanted to make sure that like he's not like kicking any puppies or anything while he's walking down the
I mean,
street.
if any puppies get in the way.
If any puppies
He-
deserve to get kicked, they're getting kicked.
Damn.
He is doing very much the same thing, but for different reasons.
Different reason. Yep.
It's like if he's in danger, I'm gonna eliminate that danger.
Close. Just making sure he doesn't say too much.
Yeah, and then yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask Arthur. What did you mean by rodent? Why are you insulting D like that?
Why are we talking right now?
We can't talk, walk, and look.
No. I'm not in the mood.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Now she's gonna turn slightly towards Larxus. Kind of glance at him.
Asking too many questions.
Nice.
Okay. As you, Amani and Eborn are looking around trying to find potentially, well, more so, one person tailing the other one, trying to find where Captain might be. Uh, as you're looking around, unfortunately, to no avail do you truly find Captain in this area. However, that being said, there is something that you see, what looks to be almost as if something uh something pretty much, how do I put it, uh something shining from one of the sharks,
Alright.
like almost like from the inside out.
Is it a shark corpse or is it like a shark?
Corpse, it's a corpse.
I think, yeah, Imani, yeah, she's focused on finding the captain, but also kind of needs some time to cool off. So I think she does investigate this. She like takes her blade and just slashes open the shark. Um, being careful not to hit whatever's inside.
As you slash open this shark, uh you can see that it was hiding inside of it what looks to be like that of a small actually, is this- oh, there we go. As you see a small uh somewhat, basically, it's not like it's not like it's making a very huge glow. It's just more of like it has a nice shine to it, as it looks to be like that of a decently sized pearl.
Yeah, I'll grab that, pocket it,
You grab it,
something pretty.
and as you grab it, give me an Arcana check.
Right,
Oh,
is a +2. Let's see.
nice.
Nice, good
You
roll.
feel as if there's something behind this, almost like it has a different weight, it's a different feel, different, or there's something to where it makes you think this could be magical.
Okay. I think she thinks like her first thought is like, oh, I need Arthur to check. No, no, figure it out myself. And she pockets it. Um, she also, I think, because we're in the area, she grabs Scatha, uh, and intends to bring her, like, as, um, As she's kind of investigating the rest of the area, she's got Scatha with her as well. Did the people? Oh, that's a question. Did the people who were magically asleep all wake up?
Uh, I'm gonna say no, not immediately.
Okay, no. So yeah, I'll still pick her up though, and kind of like have her on my back as I'm swimming.
I'm still just tailing, noticing that this chick kind of went up to the shark and cut it open. Just noticing, looking, watching. And as you pick up your friend, she's gonna say, "So, pardon me asking, but what does this fella exactly look like? Who we're searching for?"
Yeah, I think
Yeah, so
Amani draws her blade and turns around and says, "You've been here." She had like forgotten in the mess of it all. She's like, uh,
Whoa.
yes, yes. She sheathes her blade and picks up like you know picks up Scatha, and she says, well, he is a lizard folk. There aren't many around here. Aren't any around here actually. Um, so he's pretty easy to spot. He's very strong. Um, you know, muscular build, green skin, lizard folk. Um, roguish type, uh, pirate type. Um, yes, you might get along with him well. And
Well,
she keeps it moving.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. Thank you for the information. Uh,
You're
then he
welcome.
just goes back to tailing.
Yeah,
He's always got an eye over his shoulder also. So
it's kind of like
he's
looking
always kind
behind.
of, yeah. What about the other group? What are they doing?
Just making sure
Um,
you all good. So as
yeah.
we proceed to the other side, to the other group, as we are seeing as both Dee and Larks is uh, basically more so concerned about potentially their lives or the lives of Silas slash Arthur. Their concerns are too high up there, while Arthur's concern is that of just getting what he needs right now, and that's to find the captain. Unfortunately, with the lack of the help, you don't immediately find a captain. Uh, However, you do see a place where there seems to be like a I should say up here, like a decent amount of Triton civilians, seeming like they're gathering around something.
Um, I'll go look real quick and see if the captain's part of the mass of people.
As you proceed to go over here, you will see that in is beyond the mass of people. Actually, in fact, in the middle of everybody, aka what everybody's pretty much looking at, is you see Captain. Is you see Captain holding what looks to be someone bleeding bleeding out at the very moment. Or sorry, not bleeding out. I, Not like bleeding out, but I mean like it looks like that of a corpse, but it's like still freshly bleeding. As
Um,
you will
okay.
see,
Is the captain holding him nicely, or is he kind of like holding him like he's a ruffian or an enemy or something?
well, I think of revealing it as you see the person that he is holding specifically is that of Elder Kai.
I'm gonna I'm gonna immediately cast Revivify.
You got the diamond for that?
Oh, does it require a diamond?
It does
Mhm.
Yeah.
require for
Oh, then
for
no.
hefty costs like Revivify, it does require
Mm,
that type of stuff.
I didn't even realize it had needed a component. Well, then never mind.
Um, when I see the captain, I'll cast message and say, "Captain, Silas has been taken by some Fae. We need to follow him immediately.
You see as the captain doesn't immediately do anything or say anything as he's still holding the body of Elder Kai, but after just a little bit of him kind of taking a little bit of a step back or think as you see what could potentially have happened as you see a good few bodies of sharks around, and what you could see what looks to be of that of Bleegla, Echo, and uh, Serene, all looking like they're pretty much like in fear or scared of whatever may have happened to what now is that of tears for that of Elder Kai. And with that, the captain, lays down Elder Kai's body, somewhat gently, trying to be nice about it, as he looks around to try to find both you, Arthur, and the rest of the group.
Yeah, Arthur will wave his hand over and say, "Let's leave now, Captain."
He takes a kind of a deep breath in as he tries to move past all the masses of people, the group of people, as he tries to basically not specifically take you guys, but basically try to get you guys to get a little bit away from the crowd a little bit, so that way you guys can actually talk.
Yeah, follow him.
As he basically, after just a little bit of walking, turns around and goes, "What? What? Taking the voice. What happened?"
Silas and I went to the map room to retrieve it, and there were two men already there. There was, I believe, a Fae, some kind of humanoid creature with horns, and an odd black trench-coated man in a white mask who knew Amani for whatever reason. Silas got the map piece, but he was taken by the man into some kind of portal. I'll hold up the coin, which I think may have come from this. Now we have to move with haste if we're to retrieve Silas before anything
He
happens.
he takes a big deep breath again, once again, almost like he's almost afraid to say something for a second, as he says, "Where are the rest of you?"
They were all searching for you. We can find them later, but we should get the Iron Raven prepared, and we can go retrieve them once we're ready to go.
Arthur, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you here. How are we expected to find it? You said that they basically went through a portal to who knows where.
They're Fae. They must have gone to the Feywild or something. Perhaps this coin can tell us how or where they teleported to or from.
Arthur, if you can find something off this coin, then there's no way we wouldn't go and get Silas back. With that being said, though, if we don't know a direction or have something to truly go off of, I don't know if we can help him.
Well,
We do have an
anything,
idea. No, we do have a course of
Perhaps.
action because they knew Amani's name, and how would the only person that knows Amani was still alive is the priest that saved her. So we want to go and question the priest to see who else
Regardless,
might know.
we won't find any clues down here.
It does not matter. If he is dead, he is dead.
D. You don't need to speak in these conversations. You're a soldier, and that's it. You don't give your opinion. Or am I wrong about you?
Arthur, calm it down.
What?
Look at me.
I will not calm it down. I get close to him and I put my finger like on his chest. You know you need him. You're a drunkard and a layabout, and the Plum Ravens was decaying before Silas and I joined. We're the ones with a vision for it. We were the ones creating something from it. If you don't do everything in your power to get him back, you are a fool.
Arthur, calm yourself as he kind of like grabs your hand. Look, if we can try to do anything, if I can do anything, yes, I would love to have Silas back at this very moment. I would love to go to wherever the fuck Narnia we would go to. But does it look like we have anywhere in specific to go? The one thing that we have so far from what it sounds like is some random coin that could or could have been whatever direction may have, and something to do with some priest.
You're
Do
not
you,
trying, Captain. You're just saying we can't and leaving it at that. I'm saying there's possibilities, and you're saying they're not possibilities.
I'm
Before we
saying
even look
show
into
me.
them. I can't show you from here, Captain. We're in the middle of the bottom of the fucking ocean.
And you don't
I have
see
no
that as the
resources.
problem?
Yes, that is a problem. That's why we need to get on the Iron Raven and get back to the surface immediately.
But we need to think. Let's do this rationally and methodically. It's
Do
not
this
going to help
quickly.
anybody to, of course, quickly, but no, it's not going to do any good to just go headlong running. We need to go. I'm not saying slowly, just thoughtfully.
I take out the second map piece, and I just kind of like shove it in the captain's hands. He died for this. I hope it means something to you.
He
And I'm gonna walk off to the Iron Raven.
Captain, do you
as
mind if I hold on to that map?
as he proceeds to kind of look at this blank piece of paper for a second. He looks at you as you're talking about holding on the map, and he goes, "Why?"
Just to have it. Keep it, keep it safe.
You're saying just to keep us safe in this situation where Silas, it sounds like, potentially could be gone for this piece of paper, and you just want to simply hold on to it just like that.
Well, that's why we were here, right? Was to win that paper.
I'm gonna keep on to this for now. I hope that's understood. As he stashes it away. Uh, he then tells both of you as he's like, uh, for now though, I'm going to go to the Iron Raven, get some things prepared. I want you to get whatever you guys need from here and get everybody else back to the Iron Raven. I really don't want to have anybody else missing, or should I say, down under. Not like last time.
Captain, is it going to look suspicious for us to just leave this quickly after this massive type of fight? I mean,
I agree, it's probably going to seem somewhat suspicious, and there's a potential they might think that we hurt some of them, but at least we did what we had to do, right?
you know who if the leader, Elder Kai's dead, is there another leader we should maybe bid goodbye to?
I really don't know. It's not something I can answer right now, but I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. For now, just get everybody else that you need and let's go. As he proceeds to try to follow after Arthur after a while. Or after a little bit, sorry.
D, do you want to come with me or do you want to go with the captain? Either's fine.
D will go with the captain, just silently.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna head back over to the group, but I'm gonna approach the group of heroes that we had a friendly competition with before.
Uh, the group of heroes that you had a competition with before aren't necessarily around this area right now.
Oh, they're not there anymore.
No, they just weren't there. The people that are here are the basically Elder Kai's family, more specifically. The three daughters.
Oh, thank you. Uh, so the oldest daughter, does she seem level-headed, or is she kind of lost in grief?
They're all kind of lost in grief right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go look for. Seeing that, I'm not gonna approach or anything. I'm going to look for Amani and Eborn.
Yeah.
You
I think
proceed.
Amani's just yeah, she's just searching through. And her plan is to search this side of the village and go to the Iron Raven.
Eborn's just, like I said, tagging along, keeping an eye out.
You see as actually I'll just say it like this. It doesn't take too much time, Larxus, for you to find the rest of the group. AKA Amani, who's holding Scatha, as well as with your passive perception, I don't think it would be too hard to see a little bit of following from Eborn.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hide. I'm not trying to be sneaky.
I'm gonna call out
And
to him. You know, not like screaming down the street or something, but whenever I get within earshot, I'll just call me, "Hey, guy, Imani, Eborn. Oh, good,
I
you
think
got
Amani,
Scatha."
yeah, I think Amani doesn't respond the first time you call her name. She's just in that mode, and then the second time she's like, yes, yes, I have Scatha. Um, did you guys find the captain?
We did. I'm sure you can probably imagine how the conversation. But the captain does agree that we need to go ahead and take our leave to try to think of a way to maybe start investigating where Silas might have gone. Uh, Eborn, I'm sorry to tell you this,
yes,
but
sir.
Elder Kai is dead. He succumbed to the wounds from the sharks, it looked
Well, he always seemed like a rational chap. Shame to lose one of the good ones. But I wasn't very close with the man, to put it that way. So,
like. Well, are
uh,
you?
I
Oh,
grieve
sorry.
for him, for his family, but that's about it.
Do you know who would fall after him? We don't want to just leave. I'd like to say goodbye.
Oh, probably that Barnes and Nobles fella, if I had to guess. They don't involve me in their local politicking though. Uh, I'm someone they call when things go bump in the night. But that's really the only time they reach out.
Any idea?
Eborn! You hear from kind of like behind you in what you would guess to be like 20 feet, 30 feet away.
Another one of my adoring fans, I assume.
As you see a very angry kind of walk from from Angel, which some of you have met already, uh, who you also would somewhat know, uh, Eborn, as he is very angrily walking up to you, as he pretty much gets not specifically face to face with not like that close, but like probably like a decent five foot distance of face to face, where he's like, Eborn,
Now, what can I do for you?
it has come to my fantastic pleasure to say we are exiling you from here. Is that understood?
Well, it's nice to finally have it in writing, I suppose, but
Yeah, because we're all
Can I?
done with it. Done with your mistakes.
Mine. Oh, now that's just rich. Alright, listen here, boy. You have to understand a couple things. First of all, if you all would take any of my warnings seriously ever, we might not be in this situation. But as situation permits, you never do. Now, if y'all want me gone, I'll leave. But once I leave, I'm gone. He kind of
Then
turns and
leave.
just looks.
You see his anger very much like if this was like a pure like this is like an anime, you'd see like he's bluefish now redfish on his face, like he's angry. As he
And
proceeds to also pretty much walk off a little bit after seeing you walk off.
once he starts to turn, Eborn's just gonna look over his shoulder. And by the way, watch your tone, boy. Someone's gonna end up hurting you. And he's just gonna continue walking away.
You just see his curled up fists, but like he doesn't turn.
Yeah, about what I figured. Now, it looks like I'm in need of some new employment.
I don't know
I
about
hear you.
employment, but if you have to leave, I guess you could tag along until the captain figures out what he wants to do with you.
Huh. More like what I figure out what I want to do with the captain. Now let's go meet the fella I've heard so much about.
I'm definitely gonna kind of giggle, not giggle, but laugh lightly, like you're making a joke, not
Ah,
being
he is.
insulting, just yeah, making light of it.
He,
I do
he's
want to
just
talk
joking
to,
around.
I just want to talk to Angel real quick, just see if he might know where Barnes and. I'll be right back.
If you must leave, then go.
I'm gonna catch up with Angel. Angel. Due to some circumstances out of our control, we're having to leave. I was wanting to speak to someone, kind of official of the city, to let them know that we're leaving and that we hope to come back and visit your nice city one day. It's a little more peaceful.
If you take him with you, then I ask you don't ever come back here. And that is from the new official. Me.
Okay. I wish I could make a yes or no to that, but I'm not the captain. But I'll definitely tell him what you just said. I hope you know that we as the Plum Ravens did help defend the city and did everything we could to save as many lives as possible.
You are very much still appreciated. I am sorry, but my anger is very much outstandingly beyond me right now. So maybe it is the best for you all to be leaving very shortly. As
We
he
appreciate how
proceeds
hospitable
to
you
walk
were.
away.
So Angel made it sound like he might be one of the new officials of the city, so I was able to say give her official goodbye so that they don't think we're just skipping town or something. Are y'all ready, or is there something else we needed to do?
No, let's go.
Now, before I join you, first of all, the fella who was so
Join?
yeah, travel companions. Uh, the fella who was real angry called the little lady a rodent. Now, was that just a derogatory term at her stature, or was there more than meets the eye to this lady?
I think she was just being derogatory. Arth- he
Arthur,
he was being derogatory. Arthur seemed pretty upset. I think he just lashed out in anger. He's a stand-up little lady that's helped us many times, so I think Arthur was just, you know, He needs to calm down a little bit.
Arthur thinks he's above everyone. He thinks he's smarter than everyone. He thinks he's always got the best decisions. He's wrong.
Now, let's don't go airing out our dirty laundry. Somebody that's not part of our group.
Well, it's plenty aired already, is it not, Marxus?
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
told
you're
the-
right.
You got told
I guess
the
you can't
chat
put the
Amani is
worms
best.
back in the can. Oh, sorry, Natsu.
I was saying,
Yeah.
Slap, you said in the chat, Amani is the best.
Now,
Um,
I'm sure she is quite stand up. But I need to know, i- is things going to get messy if the wrong word is said quickly?
No,
Well,
we're a magical knight squad. We might get angry at each other, but nothing's gonna happen physically if that's what you're asking.
you maybe need to talk to the rest of your party, because it quite, from an outside perspective, seemed like you were ready to murder each other.
No.
Um,
Arthur and I go back a ways,
no,
and
not you and Arthur. But the others, certainly.
Amani, would
I
you openly
trust.
attack Arthur?
I trust. I trust Arthur. I don't know Dee enough to know that she would not attack me. And so, if the cards fell in the worst direction, I would attack. I would openly attack Dee, but only. But that's the only Plum Raven that I would attack
But out of defense.
out of proactive defense.
Now, I can
She
promise
just
you all,
blinks once.
I can promise you all, you are not going to have any problems out of me. As Amani, I believe your name is, has learned, I can keep to myself quite well. Now, if you will all lead on.
Come along.
Right. Yeah, I guess we'll head back.
Uh,
Amani, do you need me to carry Scatha?
No, I've got it. She keeps going.
I'm assuming you all proceed to head back to the Iron Raven.
Yeah.
While he was on the Iron Raven, Arthur would be investigating this coin furiously, trying to find any kind of clue, any kind of magical clue, or even like maybe where the coin was minted, if it has that kind of information on it.
I have to admit, I was kind of hoping for a reward.
Yeah, I can do this without showing an actual item. This is what you see. This is the coin that you see. This is the both sides.
Okay.
And it's not like as plastic as that looks. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Of course.
it's more it's more it's like a stone, but like a light stone.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna cast Identify on it. See if that gives me any more information.
I am going to. Can I just do this? That one? No, it didn't. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be adding it to your items. There you go.
Okay.
Say, well, hopefully these guys we left behind at the ship have been able to make some repairs on it.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you do
Raj-
not get any specific. You do not get any specific details or direction to go.
Yeah, anyone who's like near the submarine will hear like an angry and a coin kind of bouncing around the room.
Hey, Captain, before you go inside. So, as I was looking for Imani and Skatha, we also ran across Eborn. And
Oh, my pleasure to meet thee. My name is Eborn. As kind of steps in front of Larxus and sticks his hand out.
He kind of just looks at your hand and he looks at you.
Eborn,
What's
could
your
you give us
goal?
some space here for a minute? I want to talk to the captain about your situation.
Of course.
Thank you, sir.
My pardon.
Imani?
Uh,
So I was kind of calling you over.
yes, yeah.
So, Eborn did help. I did see him defending the city. So I mean, he did seem to be, at least be able to tell that killing the sharks was the right thing to do, Captain. But while I approached Imani, I saw Eborn kind of slinking around, kind of back in the shadows, not necessarily hidden, but kind of like just following Imani. It was kind of weird. And then Angel found us and exiled Eborn. It's a really weird situation, but so Eborn's been kind of following along with us. I think he's hoping that you decide to take him along with us. What do you think, Imani? Did I miss anything?
Just note that I knew Eborn was following. I did not want to speak at the moment with him because of the conversation we had with Arthur. Um, and
Sounds
you
like
can
whatever was
see
talked
that,
about was very difficult on everybody.
yeah, yeah, she's just like opening and closing her hand just over and over and over again while she's talking, trying to like keep all of the like anger in her hand and nowhere else, so she can talk with a clear head. Um, yes, it was very stimulating conversation. We, me, Larxus, and Dee um, helped the city, and Arthur and Silas went into the tower to get the map. And apparently some monster of a person knew who I was. And I need to find him.
We need to find him.
We we need to find Silas. I need to find who knows I'm alive.
I think if we find him, we'll find Silas. So I think we definitely have the same goal, Imani.
Agreed. And I think Eborn may help.
He did seem very capable.
He did.
The captain gives a big sigh. I feel like it's something that Arthur or Silas would be yelling about right now about, but I feel like we could use some of the forces, so for
Captain,
now we can
Captain,
say
before you make your decision, Angel, who says he's now an official of the city, says if we take Eborn, we should never come back to this city. But he did express open heart, felt thanks for the help in the defense of the city.
I'll take that as well, mental note, but usually a lot of rumors can be said about multiple people, good or bad. So I guess it'd be a bad saying for me to judge it by, or should I say, judge a book by its cover. So for now, Hey, what was your name? Eborn? Eborny?
Eborn, yes, sir.
Yeah, Eborn.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. And yours was? I don't believe I caught it.
Name's Svay Luce. Or, as you're gonna call me from now on, Captain.
Well, that is a mighty fine proposition there. I see it as my last employment up and dropped me very quickly. I would be just happy to accept this prestigious accolade. Now, what exactly do we do?
I feel like that was gonna be the case. Well, we're pretty much the good guys, so I'll fill you in, or at least someone will, on what we do. But for now, what we need to do is discuss a few things, so welcome to the Plum Ravens.
What the Plum Ravens?
I'm gonna kind of pat you on the shoulder, like in an inviting way. You can breathe air, right? As I kind of we lead you towards the ship.
Well, I hope that's not a problem, because I cannot. Is that gonna be a problem?
Oh yeah.
Nah, I'm just yanking your chain. All right,
Okay.
I can breathe air. I can breathe air.
Mm.
I can see her holding her breath after saying that. Now, is this the Iron Raven I've heard so much about? She is just marvelous.
Sturdy vessel.
Yeah, and he's gonna like hang his fingers off of it. Yo,
She's great. And then and then Amani just goes right in.
well, it's just mighty fine, as he walks in.
Incredibly long-winded, like character, and
Yeah.
then next to the person who just got in this major fight, who wants to shut everything down. Oh, too good. All right.
D is currently her gun is kind of deconstructed in front of her, and she seems to be cleaning it.
So can Larxus see the coin and pick it up?
By the time you get back on, Arthur probably has it in his hands again. He's sitting. He's kind of like sitting in a corner, just kind of like staring at the coin as if he's like willing something to happen.
Perfect.
And as you guys get on, he looks at all of you and he kind of tilts his head at the Triton and he says, "I should have known. Working brain, functioning limbs. You must be the new Plum Raven."
Oh, that I am. It is my pleasure to meet thee. What can I call you? And I do like the compliment, as strange as it is. I do have a brain and working limbs.
And what brings you to the Plum Ravens?
Well, you see, my employment
I'm gonna say
has
exile.
uh exile is so one-sided.
I look at the captain. An exile? We brought
Sorry,
you
I
to
had
the
to
ship.
stir the pot.
Why were you exiled?
Well,
Exactly.
you see, I take care of some very bad things. And so when I come around, normally bad things are happening. And those of my ilk, they tend to only see one line drawn. Bad thing happens, person is around, that person is bad. Therefore, in their eyes, I am bad.
Well, I'm so
I
glad
think
we
Imani,
worked so hard. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, Imani interrupts and is just like, he's a hunter. He's likely a good tracker. He's here to help us find Silas. If he does well, he'll stay with us.
Oh, wonderful. Can you track through portals?
I've never tried that. Now,
And track
Give it a
better than
shot.
you, Arthur.
Tracking skill doesn't matter for this, Amani. We need knowledge.
whoa.
We need to leave.
We need everything we can get.
That's
Now,
why
I
we're
find
here to
that
discuss what to do.
there's some animosity. I think this is going to be quite a ride. Maybe we need to do some team bonding exercises. You know, trust falls and the lot. I haven't been on many teams now. But
Imani goes and sits in one of her seats that's like, in one of the seats that's kind of turned away from everything, and is just like, I'm here to talk, Captain.
Well, that's just the thing is, we need to discuss where we're going and what we're doing. As I'm preparing all the settings up, all the settings to go and leave from this place, we need to decide what is our goal. How do we
Report
attain
back.
it?
Finish our mission.
Our goal is clear, and we have a new mission. New orders, D. Can you comprehend that concept? Our new mission is to save Silas. And it's that simple. We go to the surface, we muster any kind of contact, try and speak to anyone that we can.
You have no
And we-
true authority over me.
I don't know if you have authority over yourself, D.
I do not need it.
All right.
Whoa.
Let's stop all of the hostility right now. Our goal is to get Silas. I think we can all agree to that. The problem,
if y'all are
like I
going
said,
this
is
far
what
out
are
of
we
your
doing
way for this silence.
and how are we
Well,
doing
D
it?
will only agree if you command him, Captain.
People die in battle all the time. There's no need to follow a corpse.
Oh, you watched him die? Oh. You
You
give me so
said
much
he
closure,
died.
D. He's as good as dead, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try and get him back.
Silas isn't dead until we see the body. Until then, we're going to keep looking, D. I hope you can help us.
You will help us, because that's our mission.
She will just go back to cleaning her guns.
You'll also see Raja and Sid in the back, kind of going like, "What's going on?"
Captain, didn't we come down here for a dungeon? Whatever happened to the dungeon?
Well, from what I was told, they're after a little bit of searching per se, they were able to detect there being a dungeon down here, or shouldn't say specifically here, but in the deep end. The problem being, is that a concern? I would have suggest going to do this dungeon, but right now, if you guys have some sort of plan, some sort of surefire way to head straight to Silas and we can rescue him, I would love that plan.
Captain, we don't have a surefire way from here. We need to go up to the surface. We need to collect information on this coin, on the Fae, on portals, on how to get there.
But maybe this
We-
dungeon is here at the same time as this Fae coming down. It could be related in some way, Arthur. Do you really want to give
doubt
up the
it's related. They were specifically here for the piece of the golden Manzana. I doubt there's one in the dungeon. I don't believe it has anything to do with the dungeon.
Do you really want to pass up the opportunity to maybe find a sliver of something? Maybe the Fae created the dungeon. Maybe we can catch some sort of sliver of information.
I
Maybe the portal
have
had
an
limited
idea.
range.
I have an idea.
On the side, keyboard, can you give me a history check?
Yeah, of course I can.
Keep going though, Arthur.
We could perhaps lure these people out to attack us
Ooh.
if they knew we had another piece of the golden manzana.
I think they already know. Oh wait, I wasn't there. I think that would be a good. Oh, I don't. I'm gonna kind of look at Arthur like. What do you mean
Yes.
another piece?
If we had another piece, if they thought we had another piece, they could be corralled into attacking the Plum Ravens.
So what
If
if
we
this
prepared
dungeon
for
has
it.
another piece? I mean, there could be a piece of that map in this dungeon. I mean, I
From
really.
what I recall, these pieces are hidden and kept safe usually somewhere. A dungeon, when it appears, it's kind of almost taking a piece of land from somewhere else and putting it there. So it's very unlikely.
Eborn, I will say you're kind of sitting in the background a little bit, kind of going like, dungeon. What are they talking? Not like you don't know a dungeon, but like being one down here.
Yeah,
Captain,
I'm letting them just go.
Captain, what do you think of this? Is this a surefire plan enough for you?
What was the
Spread
plan
rumor
again?
and word. We spread rumor and word that we have the Plum Ravens have the map piece for the Golden Manzana. And if these people are seeking the pieces, they'll surely come find us.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I would spread.
That's gonna put a big ass target all over our backs.
I'm well aware.
I would spreading that rumor or the rumors help though. Don't they already know we have the map piece that you because he already has like one like he's holding basically.
Yeah, the captain knows about one.
Sorry, I thought out of character. I thought we had kept that one a secret from him.
We kept the one that I have on me a secret, but we
Yeah.
have the blank piece of paper that the captain has
Oh,
that
right.
we keep calling a
Right, I
map.
forgot they gave it to him.
I mean, they know we have the one. They know we have this one piece of map here, Arthur. I mean, that seemed if they came all the way down here and went to all this ruckus to get this map piece, I think them knowing we have this one's
And
gonna
they'll
be.
do it again, won't they?
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna come find us.
Then perhaps all we have to do is wait.
And if we're gonna wait, should we get more powerful and try to get through a dungeon?
We do need to be more powerful.
Arxis is gonna dungeon. I'm gonna start kind of pounding my hands on this arm rails.
I'm not in charge here, Captain. If you order us to go to the dungeon, we will go to the dungeon. But when we go back to the surface, I will think long and hard about my career and where it lies.
D, as always, is just not responding to anything. Just sitting there, cleaning her guns.
He
I'm being inclusive.
the
Well,
cap-
if my opinion has any
It
weight to it,
doesn't.
Doesn't.
well then, I will keep it to myself.
Let's hear it.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, if these people are so powerful to take your friend, who is clearly such a stand-up fella, for you all to do so much as you are for him.
Played by the same person. Sorry. That must have been awesome. Sorry.
Wonderful. Certainly, an increase in power can never hurt.
Agreed.
I've made my feelings and thoughts quite clear. I will follow orders as long as I am a Plum Raven.
I think Amani is kind of like trying to figure out something to do with her hand, and she's like taking out like a tiny dagger, like not a weapon, but like a
Mhm.
small dagger or something she'll have on her, and it's just like carving into the ship, just a tiny bit. Just like repeated scrapes.
Arthur, I really think if we don't do the dungeon and we miss out on a piece of gear that Silas could have used, he would be very upset. I think we
I
should
think
go.
Silas is very upset that we had to stay on this godforsaken island long enough for him to be kidnapped. Because
Real.
somebody signed us up for some kind of horse race, knowing we'd never ridden horses before, for the piece of the map that he now has.
Seahorses.
Thank you. Seahorses.
You really expected for me to just think that any of this would happen? I'm not saying that I don't feel bad, but I'm saying that I didn't think any of this would happen.
I'm just wondering why everyone put the lives of these sea creatures, no offense, new one,
None taken.
over the lives of the fellow guild members. Why,
We
Captain, why did you set out to slay them all instead of protecting your people who are under your care and protection?
we serve to protect.
We serve to protect our people,
Arthur,
and he serves to protect us.
if somebody is screaming in danger and needs help, I'm going to help them.
I'll tell Styles to scream louder next time.
That's... Arthur, I get it. You're upset. I think I'd speak for us all to say we're all upset. Please, I'm trying desperately here to just keep it together. I do care that Silas is gone too. I do want to find him too. But it's...
Why are we
as
going to a
said,
dungeon?
we don't have many options here. Whether we go to it or not, whether we go up there, it's like you said, just a waiting game. Is it not?
So let's get stronger.
I will follow your orders, Captain.
We will go to the dungeon for now. I want you all to get stronger, more powerful. And in doing so, hopefully, maybe even potentially try and maybe potentially find something that could help us.
And who knows, maybe a clue.
For now, for now, let's go. As you would probably normally see Tritons probably maybe like giving you like a goodbye, like a couple of them, but the majority of them are pretty much over where Elder Kai's body is.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain. Maybe it'd be a good idea if our magic knight squad might gift me a diamond for cases just such as this in the future.
We can discuss potential payment, but right now we don't have no such thing on us.
Arthur's gonna go sit in the corner. He's kind of just flipping the coin, and he's gonna cast a message to Amani and say, "You know something. You don't know that you know. So rack your brain and find something we can use."
With
Imani messages back. Toss me the coin.
He'll hesitate for a moment, but then he'll toss it to Amani.
She catches it and just starts flicking it and catching it and just is racking her brain.
well,
He'll message you
Before-
again, just real
before
quick. Don't call anything when you flip that.
Understood.
wanted to make sure I got this. So we're gonna be ending session here in soon, very soon. But I wanted to get to this point to where you all onto this onto the ship follow pretty much the directions on how to leave this place, which, because you have Ebor knows how to get in and out of this place very easily. So he does help you get through to the like the closing and opening door, even though you guys could just make it laugh again like you did before. But as it opens up, you guys proceed to go through, and Captain is kind of following kind of what he heard, getting to pretty much unironically somewhat the opposite side of this huge of the deep end, and pretty much finds what looks to be somewhat of like a almost a cavern like hole with a silver like plaque above it, and that silver plaque reads the Kraken's Den,
Oh,
as
yeah.
that is where we will
Ow.
be ending session.
Oh,
Thank you
jeez.
everybody so much for being here. We will catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.